So they literally have jails from the 1800s. I've seen videos with persons enjoying themselves while in prison, drinking alcohol, and that says a lot about the vigilance of the correction department. Because I can tell you that currently the situation in both the St. Catherine District Prison and the General Penitentiary. I mean, these buildings were built in the 1800s, and there's just so much you can do in terms of infrastructure upgrade. It's appalling being there. I've been there, both prisons. Even though some persons don't consider some of those persons who are housed there as human and therefore deserve the conditions and the treatment that they're getting. I mean, I beg to differ in the sense that yes, some of these persons are, one could call them animals, but not everybody there is. And if there is an opportunity for a person to be rehabilitated, then by all means, there should be an environment for that to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think any of the prisons offer that. And it's not the fact that there aren't programs that are there for persons to be rehabilitated, but just the general living conditions alone can make individuals lose their mind. Because like I said earlier, not everybody who's behind bars are hardened criminals. And those persons as well can come out even being more scarred than when they went in.
Because as it is right now, are there only those 2 prisons in Jamaica?
Those are the 2 maximum security prisons.
Okay. That would be the General Penitentiary. Where's the next one?
Spanish Town District Prison.
Okay.
That's where they used to hold the hangings.
Okay.
That's where the gallows is. There's Tamarind Farm.
That's like a medium security?
Minimum security, yes.
Okay.
And of course, the Horizon Remand Center, which is basically or primarily for persons who are remanded. The cases have not been disposed of in the court as yet. So they're remanded in custody. So they're not kept in the police lockup. They're kept in a remand center of sorts. Now, there was a previous remand center in the Hannah Town area, which have now converted to a juvenile facility. So Horizon is the newest remand center that they have. So it's not, the holding areas at police stations are not sufficient enough for people to stay there while going back and forth to the courts until their case is dismissed or disposed of, so to speak. Yes, it's overcrowded, 1. 2, the amenities are not up to date. So they literally have jails from the 1800s housing prisoners in 2023. The bathroom systems can't be upgraded any better because you'd have to basically demolish the entire structure. And of course, the piping and plumbing structure of these old buildings are not designed for the amount of persons that are currently in lockup or in prison, so to speak. Now, I don't know. I've seen videos with persons enjoying themselves while in prison, drinking alcohol, recording the videos and whatnot. I mean, that's something for the Department of Corrections to deal with, but it's not a good look. Because what that means, the implications are that it must be persons who are directly connected to the prisons themselves.
Yeah.
And when you look at it from that point of view, one can't help but point fingers at the correction officers, because they're there to ensure that contraband doesn't get into the prison or get out of the prison.
Right.
So without casting any aspersions on any particular individual who is a correctional officer, but the buck stops with them. Either way you swing it, the buck has to stop with them. We're looking at bottles of alcohol. No doubt up-to-date phones. Contraband like weed is marking for evidential purposes. We don't know what's in those rolled paper cigars, but it's fair to assume that it's weed. All these things which are prohibited in the prisons. You see persons literally And we're not talking about prison makeshift stuff where they'll use a plastic bottle to boil water and all those ingenious things. We're talking about straight up contraband items. And that, to me, says a lot about the vigilance of the correction department or lack thereof.